How's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with Dashi and adding on stage the Tammy. Hey, Tammy. How's it
Hey,
going?
good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So I just began the show, and we're going to talk about Veve and OMI first, and then we'll get to the aliens,
Ah,
and Bigfoot,
sorry,
and
got you.
okay, cool. First, everyone say
Sorry.
hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So take a look at. By the way, do you have any other crypto bags outside of OMI? Like, do you have ETH, do you have Bitcoin,
I have
Solana, Cardano?
a little bit of Ethan, and a little bit of Bitcoin,
Nice.
but
Okay.
not as much as what I have in OMI.
I hope so. I hope Omi's your biggest bag. Have you?
Oh, you're frozen.
Oh, am I better?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, the have you heard of those IRA or the 401k rollovers?
Yes.
Do you qualify for any of those, or do you not have that bank, or do you not have that particular setup?
I mean, I have four. Okay, so I have one when I got divorced, but it has to stay there for 6 more years because it's part of the union contract. And then I have one with my current employer, but it has to. I mean, until I quit there, it has to stay there.
Okay, so it's not a rollover where you can go and put it into crypto.
No,
Okay,
it won't. Yeah, and they don't participate in crypto, so they won't.
okay.
It's not like they have they have different options you can pick from, but they don't do any crypto right now.
Yeah, they have I think Fidelity and like one or two other banks. If you have like a 401k or an IRA with them, certain types of them can be rolled over to certain crypto. Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, Cardano, Matic, all that. And
Right.
I just know someone that's doing that, and I was like, oh, they're gonna be super rich. Because
Well, and I
looking at all,
know I do know that like crypto for us, he there is a retirement. There's a company that you can roll over and you can trade with your retirement funds. I just can't remember the name of. I don't know if I can find it, but there's another company that you can do it with. Cryptos are us. I used to listen to him a lot. I mean, I like Jordan all, but it's get on my nerves a little bit.
I am George. We're all George.
We're all
Remember?
George, right?
I remember it was good times. What's up, Wes? What's up, Blaze 13? Um, so yeah, only on the day, down another couple percent, down about 1.4% to about 0.0083. We're actually a bit lower than that. We're actually at 0.00818 at some point today, and then
Oh, nice.
yeah, and then we went up a little bit from there. Um, I did talk one of my whales off a ledge yesterday or 2 days ago, where it's like he was one of those people that saw like like Solana went up like 30% or whatever. So then Bitcoin's up like 4%, ETH is up 6%, and it's like, Javi, I'm gonna sell my OMI for bit. I was like,
Uh,
so if you
well,
want to
isn't
chase those
Bitcoin
things.
at like 29,000?
Sorry, what?
Isn't Bitcoin like at 29,000? He should have bought it when it was at 27.
I should have bought it when it was like 15, but
Well, that was like how many years ago?
oh,
2 years ago?
no, it was it's like a few months ago. It was earlier this year.
Bitcoin was at 15.
Yeah, I'll find it. This was in. Oh no, it was like November of last year. It was 16. Oh no,
Oh yeah.
January of this year it was still under 18. It was
Oh
still like
yeah, under
6.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think it hit 15 only because my friend who has Bitcoin, she gives me crap all the time about not having more bags in OMI and not into Bitcoin.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it was pretty low in November. It was on that. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger here. Yeah, Oh, that's 21. That's 19. Did I mess this up? Oh, I'm looking at 20. Yeah, I'm going way back there. I messed up. Um, so from there, we're almost at like that doubling, because we hit 30-ish the other day.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's kind of what I want to talk about, at least in the Veve OMI part, was um, buying in the bear market. Have you ever had any other investment that went this volatile and this crazy since you've been in?
Oh, no.
What
Yeah, no, I didn't. Oh, so I just found it. That other company that you can invest in, use your 401k, it's called iTrust Capital.
Okay.
So you can roll over like your 401k or IRA or whatnot into iTrust Capital,
No.
and then trade and whatnot into crypto. And if I remember right, and don't quote me because we're not financial advisors. That's what you all say all the time. I do remember George saying that like the top, they're always adding stuff and whatnot, but it's like Cardano. All the top ones are in there. They're not going to have OMI in there.
No.
It's not. It's
No,
not going to be there yet.
But even still, going and getting like Ethereum and staking it for like 5%, I still think was a really good idea.
Yeah.
Grumpy Cat to the Moon. Yeah. So you listened in a little bit on the space. So the spaces that I had before was Grumpy Cat versus OMI versus Essence. I know you have a little bit of ETH and a little bit of Bitcoin. Any chance you would get any Grumpy Cat?
Don't you have to use like Sushi Swap or something to get that?
Yeah, you could use that. You could use it's on a couple of different exchanges. Let me see which ones it's on. Let's go to the CoinGecko and look up the
So
Grumpy.
I had a bad experience using Sushi Swap. I burned a lot. I was buying something like, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I burned a lot of ETH doing it and it pissed me off. So if I have to use anything like anything where I have to burn ETH to do it, I'm not a big fan of that.
Gotcha. Yeah, if it's Uniswap, CoinW, or Bitmart.
Oh, Uniswap, yeah, I hate that. Hate it.
I mean, I do like that you can use ETH with it though, because like unlike OMI where you can only use USDT,
Right.
ETH is cool because you can, like everyone has ETH and you don't have to swap for USDT, which I like.
Right.
Anyway, that was just
I'm always open to investments. But I've told you this before. I'm not right now. I'm putting very little. I added some into the app for Comic-Con because I wanted to go for drops. I did sell one collectible because I'm not going for all of the pencils, so I sold my pencil because I didn't hit a couple of drops, so I didn't get that. I have something up for sale right now. If it sells, great. If not, I'm worried about it. Just because I'm not. I have my surgery coming up in 8 weeks, so I have to be really careful on my funds. I'm thinking about making a trip right before my surgery for 3 days. If I can, I mean, it just depends. Being responsible, I shouldn't do it, but sometimes life is short, so sometimes you just have to live a little.
Oh, I understand. I live a lot. We're living high in New York Comic Con.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, people at work, they were just asking about it. I'm like, God, I told them I was drunk every day. It was great.
We did have a lot of fun.
Sorry,
so
again.
Oh, you're good. I feel like if Wet Wizard wasn't there, we might have had one day of just one day of being sober.
We did Sunday. Sunday was sober.
I was not sober Sunday evening.
Oh no, I was sober.
Oh, you were? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I was sober.
Because I had the vodka and the Sprite.
Yeah. No, I was sober. No, but Wet Wizard, he was great. I mean, he was a better tour guide than you were.
Well, I didn't have to be. He was already there. He was already like, yeah, no, let's go here. I was like, okay.
No, it was awesome. And the restaurant on top, where he found the bar where we could see Times Square, that was amazing.
Oh, I wish I could have joined you for that. I had the stupid.
You're occupied. Yeah, no, it was awesome.
Yeah.
No, I already can't wait for next year.
That'll be good.
So
I think that they'll have so I don't think they're going to decon. I think they're just going to focus on Asia. But then they have, France that they'll be doing.
it's I see people talking through Twitter and stuff about their passes and stuff, and I'm like, I know, and I was like, because it's so close to Christmas, because they changed those dates, and I was like, I was afraid, because I got the time off for work. I already took the time off. That's why I got the time off. So I'm like planning a trip to possibly go to Vegas for 3 days.
Oh, nice. Love Vegas.
Well, because my girlfriend from she's going to be there playing it. I'm like, if I can get good tickets. I mean, I'm not going to gamble. I'm just going to go down there and just have a veg weekend.
Yeah. Oh, you're not going to gamble?
No, I might play a tournament.
Oh, okay. But you're not.
Yeah, I might play a tournament. Yeah, no, because I'm going to have 4 to 6 weeks off work, so I got to be responsible. But I might go. The win tournaments, they're going to be expensive. They're going to be like, I think they're like $1,100 tournaments. So probably go over Venetian and play some tournaments.
Love that place.
Which one? The Venetian?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have good tournaments. So, and usually if one casino. Oh, okay. Hi, Candace. If one casino is having a good tournament series, which the win is, usually the Venetian will pick up their deep stack tournament. So I'll go over there and play. If I go, cool. I haven't decided yet.
Decon is on my birthday, and I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm not going to go to Decon, but I might do another cruise. Although last year's cruise, I couldn't make any videos, so that was rough. Not making videos.
Oh, with Brittany?
Yeah. I mean, it was great. It was a lot of fun. We had a ton of fun, but I just, I couldn't make videos. I was like, oh,
yeah.
But it was good times. Good time. And then, oh yeah, okay. So that's that. How do you go and keep a positive mindset in a bear market where you have a lot of people, including one of my whales, that was like, hey, I'm not feeling it. I just, constant. And my whale's up too. He bought most of his stuff at 0005, so he's like, he's up. But yeah, how do you?
He's up, and he's still not, and he's still having a hard time.
Well, I think because we went up to like 0012, and now we lost a little bit of that, and then he sees all the other in the top 10 going up, and OMI kind of gone down just over the last month. So I think that's why. But yeah, how do you keep the faith? What is your strategy? What do you do when you get sad? What do you do when you get a little depressed?
I don't. I like it. I have a different mindset. And it drives like my girl. It's funny because my girlfriend, I refer to her a lot because we have different mentalities. When prices go down, when prices go up, I get frustrated because I still want to accumulate more. And so and then when prices go down, she's like pissed, but I'm happy. So we're going opposite directions. So because I'm still accumulating. So for me, the total opposite for everybody else. Because for me, when I got in over 2 years ago, I was buying at 007. Yeah. I was thinking anything under a penny was good. So if I'm thinking anything under a penny is good, then anything under and 000 is great. It doesn't matter what it is. So, and right now, because of my situation with having to have surgery, I have to hold off. So I'm just hoping that it stays, if it stays down for another 6 months, which it could not, I don't know. Life's short by more OMI. I'm right. I know, but I still got bills to pay. I agree with you. So, I mean, people didn't think it was going to stay at 000 this long. So we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. If it does, I'm going to buy more. I mean, I never thought I was going to be at 1 million OMI. I never thought when I got in. I got in at September. So I got on the Veve app September 18th of 2021. That's my registration date. And so, God, this is not working very well. So I didn't get in the app first. I got into OMI first, which I don't know when the first time but it was prior to that date. So when I bought it, I really never thought I would get to 1 million, and I just inched away and kept buying. And now I'm over, 12 million.
Yeah.
So, 12 million, but, I want more. I mean, and the reason why I want more is because I got 10 million in the app. So 10 million in the app right now is going to stay there because of the staking rewards. And I'm hoping the 10 million, I hear people talking and they're like, oh yeah, because they're going to have the tiers and whatnot. I'm hoping the 10 million is what it's going to be, because I don't have it more to put more in for more staking. But if they're going to want more, then, I got to figure out how to get more, so I want to be at that top tier for the staking. But I also need to have more to be able to cash out so I can get liquidity for the next cycle, I don't think about what's just now. I'm thinking about when the bull run comes, when I'm going to start selling. So then when it goes, I can buy back. And that's just how my brain doesn't stop. I just keep thinking. And so I'm not thinking about just today. I'm thinking about, 6 months, a year, 18 months, 2 years from now. And so, all I can do what I can do. If I get it, if I don't, I don't. So, but
So what
yeah,
are
it
some
is
of
what
your
it
sell
is.
points?
I'll sell at 5 cents. If it doesn't get to 5 cents, I'll hold it. But okay, let me rephrase that. If I can get to 20 million, I'm at 12.2. If I can get to 20 million, I'll start selling at 2 cents. If I can't, then I'll start selling at 5 cents. Because, I'm still young enough that I can still go to work. It's not, I'm still working. It's not that big of a deal. I would prefer not to keep working, as much as I am, but if I have to, I'll do it. And, so be it,
That is fair. Superstar Money asks, what's up, superstars? Favorite booth at New York Comic Con besides Veve and Marvel?
Oh, Addictive?
The
Is that
Addiction.
the Addiction? Yeah, that was fun. I spent the most money there. That's probably why.
Yeah, you got stuff graded, you got stuff signed, you got a lot of stuff done.
Well, I spent $250 on that 1 of 10.
Yeah, the 1 of 10. That's
Yeah.
So out of the 1 of 10, those weren't numbered, right? It was just, oh, this is 1 of 10.
I don't remember.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I took a picture. I think no, I didn't take a picture of that one. So, and it had the metal cover. So, because Tina and I both set off to get graded, but they recommended not to get those ones signed because of the metal cover. They were afraid that they'd smear.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that was fun.
Cool. That's cool.
And
I can't wait to see what that's worth in the future.
It's the first time I ever bought a physical comic. So was there. So yeah, it was awesome.
Making a nerd out of you yet.
Yeah.
So that's something else I wanted to ask you about. I tend to reference a lot of my pop culture references tend to be from the last 20 or 30 years, give or take. You don't watch a lot of TV. You don't watch a lot of movies. You're always busy. You're always moving. You're always doing stuff. What did you like when you were a kid? When you were growing up? Were you always like this, or did you watch stuff back in the day?
No, I wasn't. No, we weren't. No, we didn't watch a lot of TV. We were more outside. Going outside doing things. My mom didn't have a lot of money, so we went out. Like, we lived up on the Olympic Peninsula, and so we literally could just walk across the street and go up into the walk up there. We'd go down and go to the pier. So we watched a little TV, but it was not a big thing in our house. So no. I do remember getting our first attire. I remember that was in 3rd grade. No, not in 3rd grade. What grade was I in? God, I was little. No, that was not. I was probably in 1st grade. That was fun.
I bet.
Yeah. Getting our first attire. I was young.
But the reason I was asking is because I was on the Gilmore Girls subreddit page, because that's what I do in my free time. and and
Oh
well,
Lord.
I'm mostly on Reddit for like Reddit/conspiracy theories, like the fun stuff. But I like to goof off too every now and then. So I was on the Gilmore Girls subreddit, and there was this girl. She was like 16. She's like, "Hey everyone, my mom's 46. Is this something that I could watch with my mom? Is she gonna be interested? I know there's a lot of teen romances and teen drama." Um, and it kind of
For
got,
Gilmore Girls?
yeah.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so it got
I
me
did watch
thinking.
some of Gilmore Girls. I did watch some of that young. Yeah. I didn't watch all of it, but I remember watching some of it.
So I said, yeah, like it was made in the 2000s, but a lot of the references are really from like the 90s and 80s and 60s. Like it goes way back because the writers, were adults at that time. So I told her like, oh yeah, your mom should really love this. Um, so that's why I wanted to ask you that. So like, oh, what did you like when you were younger? But apparently you never liked
Yeah,
TV.
we didn't watch a lot of TV. I mean, it was more going outside. It's like my home life wasn't it wasn't the greatest. I love my mom. She was my mom. So going outside and hanging out with friends, playing baseball. We were more playing with the kids outside. That's pretty much what we did.
So on rainy days, did y'all like still do that and just got sick? Or
Yeah,
um
no, we were out. Yeah, and it was like, or we went to other people's houses. It was never at my house.
cool. Yeah, I always loved that. That was always fun going out to other friends' houses. It's like, oh, it's an adventure. And the friend's like,
Yeah,
I want to go to my house. I was like, no, your house is awesome. There's like nothing to do there. But it was awesome because it wasn't your own place. It was someplace else.
right. No, absolutely. And it's
I
always
think that,
better at somebody else's house. It's not mine.
yeah, I think that's why
Mm.
tree houses tree houses are so cool because they're fun. They're not your typical home. Even like reading comic books is cooler because you're in your tree.
So went to the we went. Me and my friend went to the bar and watched the football game today. And
Mhm.
somebody was there that she knew, and we were talking. And New York came up, and they were like, "Oh, you went?" And then I told them about Comic Con. And this gentleman, he was telling me how he had over 1,000 comics, and he had gone to a comic store. He just started wanting to get comics graded. So we started talking about Veve and how I told him how I own over 1,000 digital comics, and we started talking about how I bought my first physical comic, how we got it graded, all this stuff. And he's like, "Yeah, I just have a hard time sending my stuff off to get graded. How do I know you're going to get it back, the same one back?" And so now, um, me and my friend, we're gonna, because she's friends with him. So I guess now we're going to go to Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle. I guess it's in February. So we can help him because he's probably, I don't know, he's probably in late 50s, maybe early 60s. And he's going to take some of his comics so I can help him get these comics signed, or not signed, graded. So yeah, it was just interesting how just out of the blue, you're in a bar, having drinks, watching football game and stuff. And I'm going to go help somebody get some comics graded. So yeah.
That's
And
awesome. I
I
love
had no
that.
idea and I wouldn't have gone to New York. I would have never known to do it. Well, I mean, I'm not dumb. I could figure it out, but yeah. So
That's great. Um,
things we learn through
Wat Mamas, congrats to your wife, the hidden online casino. 1 million Omi or Todd. I would say Omi. Omi
OMI.
is, yeah, better ROI.
I mean, and
Than
I
the
spent a lot. I spent a lot of money on my Todd. I bought my Todd way at the high. Um, I mean, I traded Bitcoin for my Todd, so I still buy OMI.
no. You reached out before. You seemed a little forlorn that people were getting their Iron Mans already, and
Ah, I
they
don't even
seem.
have. I mean, I got the email saying, "Oh yeah, your label's printed," but not even in the not even in the mail yet.
Oh, my package shipped. I should get it in like this week at some point.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
I hope I
Um.
get it.
So the only
And
ones
and you
that
know what's
were,
crazy
yeah,
is Funko is based out of Everett, Washington, which is 2.5 hours from my house.
I
Just
I think
saying.
that I think they're in New York actually.
Well, now look, Google them.
Oh no,
See
I
where they're.
know, I know that's where it is, but I mean the Funko Pops. I think they
Oh, the
brought them all
warehouse.
to New York.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then they shipped them out from there.
yeah.
So
That's what I imagine.
you might get it last.
Probably. That's what I get for leaving over here.
hmm hmm
Oh
I
yeah,
get,
yeah.
I get a
Still not
little.
moving to New York.
Oh, I would not expect anyone to move to New York. I want to get out
No,
of
Uber's expensive.
they are. I want to get out of New York. I Tina and Rudy keep asking me to move to Arizona, which I might at some point.
I was just looking at jobs down there today.
It's awesome. Get all the VV
Yeah.
fans there.
Yeah.
My friend Lida's in North Carolina, and like I forget why I was talking to someone about this before. I think it was somebody. Well, I'll tell you the Lida thing first. There's a guy I served with. He's a great dude. He's like, "Yo, Chavez, you can come down here. Rent is super cheap. I'll charge you like less than you're paying over here." I was like, "Ooh."
In North
But
Carolina.
yeah. Um,
Mm.
but I have the the two acting gigs that were supposed to be this year. They'll be next year. One of them's in New York, so I might have to stay here for that. Um, and then the other one I think might be in LA. Um, so I kind of want to see where that goes first before I move. But in
Are
the
they
VV
both with
fund,
Darcy?
one's with Darcy,
Gotcha.
and but the one with Darcy is potentially, so she's doing this thing with Star Dogs. Did I tell you about that?
Yes. No, I watched the. She talked about it on the podcast, didn't she?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, so she's if you have one, you can go to like the red carpet. If you have one, you
Mhm.
can go, or depending on which one you have, you might be able to share in like revenues with the movie if you have a select one. They'll be in the movies, which would be cool. But she has this like long project that she's like ready to roll out, and I'm really excited. But anyway, her what was that? So in the VV fam, um, there are there's somebody that says, "Hey, I have an Airbnb in France, which is it's a few hours away from the event. But it's like you could stay there for a couple days before the event, and then there's somebody in Germany that's like, hey, Randy, you can come, you can come stay here for a couple days after or before the event. And Vivi might be doing something the week after um, the France event. So if I go in January, I might make like a week and a half trip out of it. Um,
Nice.
so the
I
VV
want to go,
fam
but
Yeah, VV Fam goes hard. They're really
I
cool.
know. I know. I was there, and I really want to go, but it's not going to happen this year.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So,
Atomic Z06. His is shipping from Arizona. That's cool. Maybe not
oh,
all of them
nice.
went to New York then. Maybe some of them are scattered around.
That would be nice. Maybe my home from Arizona too.
Uh, uh,
That's closer to me. Millham, I like that.
Milham is, I think he's from one of the Carolinas. He's got
Oh,
a he's got a wife named Brandy, beautiful eyes, and he calls her Poopy Butt, and
what?
he calls her Poopy Butt.
Mm,
And
I don't even
Milham,
know.
tell her I said that. Wait, Milham, you're from California? No, you're not. Hang on.
Oh,
Hang on. No, you're not. Like,
I
do
think
you
he
ever
knows
get
where
the
he's from.
no, he doesn't. All right, hold on. Do you ever get the feeling that every now and then you just like, wait a minute, no, this is this way, and everyone on planet Earth is like, no, it's not. This has always been this way, and you're like, no, it's always been this way, and you just feel like a crazy person.
Yeah, that
So
happens.
I felt that it was like 2 years ago. I was driving on the Belt Parkway to see my ex-girlfriend, and we we have the subject
Mm.
of Mark Wahlberg came up, and obviously, you know Mark Wahlberg, right?
I do know who Mark Wahlberg. I might not watch a lot of TV, but I do know who he is.
Okay, so have you heard the song "Good Vibrations"? Good
Yes.
vibration. Okay,
Yes.
I've heard that song hundreds of times. I have seen that music video a couple dozen times.
Is he in it?
Mark, apparently, I in my life up until that moment, I had like Mark Wahlberg. Just he was never in that music video. He was never. But Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, that was them. They were in, and
Oh, I'll have to look that up.
I will put my hand on Dashi and say like I've never heard Mark Wahlberg in that in my entire life, and then I go
Hmm.
and look it up, and it's him. He's in there, and I feel like while I was driving on the Belt Parkway, I just went into another universe where everything's the same except that Mark Wahlberg, was in that video. Um, anyway, I'm going on his and Brandy's page right now to see that yeah, they're in California. I I could have sworn they were in the Carolinas. Like I would have again put my hand on Dashi.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
And then Humboldt, what's that? Is that what he calls her?
Oh no, I think that's just where they're from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Yeah. Marky Mark and the
That's
Funky
funny.
Bunch. I didn't think it was that. Anyway, that's just one of those things. So that's another thing I wanted to tell you. What are some examples that you have of that, of like the Mandela effect, of you thinking one thing is one way and society's like, no, it ain't.
It's just,
Yeah.
I just don't get that way. I mean, it, okay, well, if there's something that I just go look it up. If there's something that I'm like, no, I'm going to go look it up because I don't want to look like an idiot. I don't want to look like an idiot. So I just go, I'm like, are you sure? And they're like, yes. I'm like, so I just go, I mean, that's the nice thing about having cell phones now. You've got Google, just go look it up.
Yeah, it's a fair point, but I don't know, like, how do you spell Chick-fil-A?
Oh, shit. Um, it's like,
Don't look it up.
I'm not. I think
Okay.
I can't, you would see me, because on my phone, because I don't have my mic doesn't work on my laptop. So I think it's CICK. Oh God, I don't even know.
So you spell it with a K, right?
I think so.
Okay. So you do, you can Google it, but I
I want to
I
look.
could have I could have sworn on again on Dashi that there was no K in Chick-fil-A. It was just
Yeah,
like
no, there's a,
cheek.
yes, yeah, there's a check. Yeah, oh no, I didn't put the H. It's CHICK dash FIL dash A.
But I could have sworn that there was no K in Chick-fil-A. Like
Oh,
it was Chick-fil-A
did,
without the K.
did you argue with somebody about it?
Yeah, it was like years ago.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, it was like 2 years ago. I was taking these kids out to Chick-fil-A because like one of them had never had it, and I was like, "How do you live on Long Island? I've never had Chick-fil-A." So we gave it to them. But yeah, that was, and then I
See,
had like
I don't argue with somebody unless I know I'm right. I absolutely will not.
I thought
Unless
I
I'm
was.
100% no, I'm not arguing. And like, especially at work with basic strategy for like blackjack, somebody will argue with me and then they'll come back and they'll look on their phone and like, you're right. I'm like, no. I'm like, don't argue with me, or, or like, especially when the guy says it, and then that's when I'm a real smart ass. And I will say, God, I love it when a man says I'm right. Oh my God, I'm just such a bitch to him. I love it. Because men in
Um,
casinos are assholes. No offense to all the men watching, but they are.
n-
They can, because they're drinking, they're losing money and they're jerks. We had
I
last night. It was horrible.
oh God, I can imagine. I
Um,
could.
but it was my Friday, so it was great.
Very nice, very nice. Happy to have you here on your Saturday.
Oh, you're smart. Oh, as
Mm,
always.
mm, mm.
Okay. So watch the videos of the people, old cell phone cameras. That's funny.
And apparently, he's had the same thing. She's like, she had on a checkered skirt. She had a checkered skirt. Like these are things that I don't know. Like I think about. There was
Yeah.
you might have seen it. There was literally a Karen that posted to my Facebook page about a whole bunch of things, and she was talking about like one of the things was like the real world. So in my response, I said something along the lines of, well, what is real and what isn't real? And how can you determine what if when you dream, what if that's real? What if this is just
Oh my gosh.
practice for the dream world? And there's a chance that everything that we see right here is just computer code at ones and zeros. Have you ever thought that maybe we're in a simulation?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what if we're just, yeah. Well, it's just like I was having a conversation with my granddaughters and like, well, oh, thank you, Mark. Um, what if, the sky is blue, but what if somebody else is green? Just because we
Mhm.
see something, because there's people that are colorblind, they see things differently than what we see them. Just because we see something as something doesn't mean that that's what it is. People can see it differently. And, you know, what we think is real could definitely be something different. It's just like when you sent me a message and that said, can we talk about things? I'm like, just people saying that there's no aliens out in the world. I'm like, I tell people all the time, if you think that we're the only living beings in the universe, you know, you're insane. I'm like, that's just my opinion, and I'm allowed to have my opinion. Your other people are allowed to have their opinion, and you can believe that, but I can believe what I want to believe also. So, yeah.
There's there's a clip of Joe Rogan interviewing someone, and he says like there's a very we have arguments. I think it was at SETI, which is the searching for something extraterrestrial intelligence, and they said that um, the big arguments that they have around extraterrestrial life and intelligence is that half the people are like 80% sure that aliens are real, and they're out there, and the other half is like 100% sure that they're real and that they're out there.
Right.
Um, and that's like the people
Yeah.
that are literally
I
searching
believe
for
it.
it. K Ultra is dude, it's wild. Um, some things I don't know if it's like people I guess that take like DMT. They say they're in they see like a jaguar in like the um in like the outback or in like the jungle in Africa or wherever. And it has me like thinking like what would be really wild if like animals see it, because there's certain plants that you can get it from, and jaguars like eat those plants. So if jaguars are eating that, do they see us when we like do they see us in our apartments in like New York and Washington just on a couch and
Right.
zoning out?
Well, I was looking to looking through reels, and it might have actually been through YouTube. And I cannot remember her name, but she's an actress, Mary Jonas. Pink. What is her name? Do you know who I'm talking about?
The
Pink.
one I heard is one of the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah. She's from India. Do you know who I'm talking about? Let me look it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me.
Jo-
Are they still married?
Yeah, Jonas
Okay.
brothers wives. Okay, so it's not the one that was on uh
Oh, Priyanka.
it's yeah, that one. I was
Oh, she
watching
was Miss World in 2000. How old is this lady? How are you
oh
Miss
yeah,
World in the year 2000?
100% she was. So I was watching one of her reels, and she was asked a question. The
Wow.
question was, if you were given the option to speak every language in the world or speak to animals, which one would you pick?
Animals.
100%,
Yeah.
right? It was awesome. Yeah, because, you know, she was like, yeah, because animals are pure, you can figure out what they're thinking and, you know, communicate with them. And it's like humans, you can figure out what they want. Awesome. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like her. She's like, I just think she's real down to earth. Whenever she does interviews and stuff, I really like her.
Oh, get her on the
Now
podcast.
she needs to come on the podcast. We got to get her on the podcast.
So I didn't think that she was that old. She looks very young. She was
no.
she was born in 82.
Oh yeah, and look how old her husband is. They're like 11 years apart. I think they're 11 years apart. Yeah, she's 11 years. I think she's 11 years older than him.
Okay, so let me.
I think. Or maybe 7 years, between 7 and 11.
That's like
Nick.
Not even fair. Like you don't age in like 20 years. Like you that's what the
he was born in 92.
Oh, so they're 10 years apart.
Yeah, 10 years.
I don't understand how people just don't age. I'm forever envious of anyway. Yeah.
Well, and I think people are aging better nowadays than they did 30 years ago, because people don't believe I'm my age that I am.
Yeah.
I mean, when we were in New York, people were still not, believing. I mean, I was talking to somebody and I brought up the girls and they're like, grandkids? I said, you might not listen to Randy's podcast because I talk about them all the time. I mean, I nailed them on that. They're like, no. I said, well, you need to start listening. It was pretty funny.
Thank you.
So yeah, that was pretty funny.
I just realized that we never. I know your granddaughter wanted a video chat, and I never gave that.
We didn't do that. I'm in trouble.
Yeah, that was my bad. You asked me about it like 3 times, and I completely forgot.
Shit. Ooh, I'm in trouble. She's coming over next week. I think we can call her.
Okay, that can work. Next Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh. Oh, I'm in trouble. Shit. Oh, thank you.
You're good.
Yeah, she's gonna nail me.
Jeremy Housen says he could back you up about gambling men. He had famous sportsmen chew me out for not busting.
Right? They do, and they always blame it on the dealer. They'll yell at the dealers. Always them. Don't yell at the dealers. They're just bringing out the cards. They're the facilitator.
Yeah.
And then I love it when they say, you took my money, and I'm like, we didn't make you put the money on the table. That's my favorite one. You took my money. No, you put your money on the table. Yeah.
That's wild. So Mark asked, if you could talk to animals, which ones would you gravitate to if you had your choice? He would choose birds, but what about you?
I think I'm more towards wild animals, like birds are wild, but I think more like bears, tigers. I want to go out there.
Can communicate with bears.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him that power in Marvel. I don't know why they gave him that power, but he can communicate with bears. Yeah,
I want to know. I just, the bears attack people, so I want to know why. They get aggressive. Right? Yeah, just because they can. It's like, so.
I mean, have you, oh, I forget what, did I tell you about the experiment with the scientists and the electroshock therapy?
No.
Okay, so there's these group of scientists that put on like a fake event where they would go and they would get 5 actors and like, okay, you 5 actors, you're going to pretend to get shocked. You're going to pretend when someone turns this dial, go, no, and they're like, okay, cool. So then they took, they did it at some university where it was like, okay, we're taking volunteers, you'll get, like a credit or you'll get money, whatever, to be this professor's assistant while they do some type of therapy or some type of whatever. And they go and they have these 5 different levels. It's like, okay, give them level 1. And, the person he twitches a little bit. It's like, okay, give them level 2. Oh, wow, that hurt. give them level 3. Oh my God, please don't do that again. Oh my God, please don't do that. And they're like strapped to a chair. So they like have no choice.
So they can't leave. Ugh.
So they can't leave. So when the doctor's like, give them level 4, and then the kids do it, and they're like screaming bloody murder. They're like,
And the
and
people
obviously,
volunteer for this?
well, obviously this is fake. Like the
Oh,
actors are just
okay.
acting.
Okay.
And when they and all of them, they were trained to say like, oh, you're Calvin, stop. So when they go and they say, hey, the press like do them level 5, 80% of the kids, or like 80 or 85% of the kids, continued to torture them and give them level 5. Um, and that just kind of shows you, oh, like, well, if someone with authority is telling me to do something, even if it's clearly torturing this person, they're still going to do it. And it was just an interesting study to see. So I think that when we're talking about bears, I said, oh, like, why do you do it? I think it's just because they can't. Like, I
Just
don't know.
because you can. Yeah.
I mean, I get this more with guys, but and maybe this might be slightly. I'm just gonna ask it anyway. Um, have you ever gotten into a fight? And if so, how was it? How did you feel about it during and then afterwards?
Fight? You
Hmm?
mean physical?
Yeah, like,
You I've been in one physical fight, and that was when I was in middle school. And it was I just moved in with dad from my mom's, and new school, and I was getting bullied, and I had enough, and I beat the shit out of somebody, and I got expelled.
and
So I felt great because I stuck up for myself. My dad, in the principal's office said, I should use my words. Great. I didn't get expelled. I got suspended because
uh,
it was recorded that I was getting bullied. Got suspended for like 5 or 10 days. Went home and he said, "Good job." So he didn't see that in the principal's office, but I
no,
mean, it was, yeah. And after that, I never been in a physical fight, but I don't. I do not. I mean, it takes a lot to piss me off. So I am more the type now. I'm an adult. I turn around, walk away, but I mean, I'm not going to let somebody just walk all over me. So yeah, that was God. What grade was that in? 7th grade, I think.
said middle
Long time
school,
ago.
so yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 7th grade.
So the reason I asked that is because there's and maybe this gives people a deeper look into my psyche that maybe I shouldn't expose, or maybe they're not ready for. But in I don't know if if Kyla was on my podcast or if I was on her channel, but we talked about this, and we talked about like fighting, and in boxing. Yeah, so obviously, like, I love animals, I love My Little Pony and Gilmore Girls and all that, but one of like the greatest, the most like barbaric and primal things that gives me great pleasure is like connecting with someone's rib cage, and like,
Oh,
yeah, it feels so good. And and that's just, hey, that's
like
sport.
like
And yeah.
sparring, like in a boxing ring, or just getting in a fight.
uh Boxing's a bit safer. It's quite a bit safer because so yeah, definitely boxing. But that's an organized sport, and that has
Right.
rules. But if that feels really good,
Uh-oh.
imagine if you're like a wolf, and imagine if you're hungry. Like, we all know how it knows to feel how it feels to be hangry when you're so
Right.
hungry, you're in like such a bad mood. And these like pack of wolves are just like, I'm so freaking hungry, I could eat whatever. And then they come along like these, whatever prey, whether it's white-tailed deer, or they break into someone's farm, they mess up some sheep. Like, imagine how good that feels, though. Imagine how it's like not only getting that aggression out, but also you're getting to eat. And it's just, I don't know, I just, something about nature is absolutely barbaric and metal, but it's also like beautiful, and it's also, you see like through the evolution and the science and how things are coded into people, into beings' brains. I was like, I need to do this because, to survive. I think that's just fun. Obviously not for the prey, but for the just circle of life. Really interesting.
Yes.
What's up, Maurice? How's it going? You're waiting it for it to go. I mean,
Yeah, I saw that.
Tam, if you had an extra 8K, would you just buy now because it's already a good deal, or be like, oh, hell no, I'm waiting for it to go lower?
So for me, because I just dollar cost average. I mean, I bought as high as 007, as low as 00058. So because I don't know if it's going to go any lower, I wouldn't wait. And right now, what did you say? It's at 00081?
83.
That's what it is right now?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me look something up real quick.
Yeah, or 829. 829
okay,
right
and
now.
Okay, and he's waiting for it to get to, he just wants it below, he just wants it below, so say that he just waits, okay.
I mean, we were
So
at 000814, a few hours ago, and then we bounced back up from there. So that might be the line of support.
Yeah, the support line.
Bitcoin do be doing a pump though.
Right.
Bitcoin is,
yeah, but we usually go opposite of Bitcoin right now. All right,
yeah,
so okay, so divided by 0, okay, 008. You said 839?
Yes. No, 829.
$5,000 right now, without fees or anything like transfer fees or anything like that, you're gonna get 5.959 million.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna say 5.59. Okay,
yeah.
And then if you wait for it to go to 0008, you get 6.25.
So it's not that big of a difference.
Yeah, so it's 250. So 200, say 260,000 coins. Which, if you're going to hold those coins till it hits $1, and you're not going to sell till it hits $1, that's $260,000. But that's only if you're going to hold it till it hits $1. If you're only going to hold it hits a penny. Hold on here. So it just depends on what you're going to do.
Yeah.
If you're only going to hold it till it hits a penny, you're going to sell. That's only $2,600. So for me, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to buy it, because what if the price goes up? So that's just my opinion. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to take risk. But again, it just depends on what you're planning on doing. If you're going to long-term hold it, and I mean, and your whale's not going to, you talked your whale into not selling?
Well, I'll read you what I told him. I had said, where's he at? First rule of intelligent investing: don't go chasing green candles. Second
100%.
Yeah. Second rule: the angels in the outfield rule. When George Knox says, "I'm not going to take out my best hitter from my worst hitter," Bitcoin is great when compared to stocks, bonds, T-bills, etc., but will be one of the worst performing out of the good cryptos that are out there. And that being said, if you really want to sell and lock in those short-term capital gains taxes that you'll have to pay in April, we can do that. And I'll get my, I'll bring in my stuff and I'll do it for you on Monday. So I think kind of scaring them with the, hey, you're going to lock in a bunch of these short-term gains and you're going to have to pay 40% on those. He's probably like, all right, maybe I'll.
Yeah. See, so, yeah, because I'm not going to pay short-term capital gains either. So no, I would probably just buy it. And if it was me, I would probably just buy it now because it's going to, I mean, even if you, I mean, because even if you wait for like 5 cents, the 260,000 coins, I mean, it's $13,000, which is a lot of money. But what if it doesn't get back down to 0008? What if it goes to 0009?
Mhm.
So if it goes, say that it doesn't go down, and this is all just a guessing game because we don't know. That's 5.55 million. So you're losing 40,000 coins. I mean, which again is not a lot. You're not losing a lot. But it's all just whatever your risk tolerance is. I mean, because theoretically, what if for some reason we go to 0007, which we could, that gets you to 7.1 million. You know, it just depends on what you're willing to do. And if you're okay with it going to, say that it goes to 001, that's still 5 million coins, which is still a lot. It's not that big of a thing. And if you're willing to be okay and just sit on the sidelines, it's, you know, and be patient, then that's good. You know, I mean, it's not a bad thing to be patient and wait. I mean, I had money sitting on the sidelines and just waiting and waiting. And that's what I mean, I was able to get money in with at the 58, I think. So it just, I mean, I bought a lot at 0006 in the sixes. That's how I was able to get up so quick. But and it just depends on what you're willing to do. I'm a long-term holder. I'm not. I mean, I'm going to slim some off probably in this next term, but I probably won't sell a lot until the next cycle, the 2030 cycle.
So you
I don't
do work
I don't
a
have
lot.
as big as the bag as you. I do work a lot.
Yeah,
I do, but well, yeah, I mean, I do work a lot, but it's because I want to retire in the 2030 cycle. That's the goal.
The reason I bring that up is because you're always doing extra shifts. Obviously, you're investing and you have a goal
Yeah.
in mind. I
Yeah.
just realized that the thumbnail of my video, it only
Oh,
has
yeah.
one part of the meme. The meme just it has a box that says "Do not break down," and the other part of the meme that's cut off, it says "I'm trying box. I'm trying," as in try not to break down. So
Okay.
as you go through moves, as you go through breakups, as you go through this wild roller coaster that we call life, and you get stressed, what do you do to blow off steam? Obviously, New York Comic Con, but what else?
Oh, that was fun. You know, off steam, go gamble, go play some poker. I do that sometimes. I mean, I try not to gamble. It's dumb. I mean, it's not dumb, but no, it is dumb. But I don't know. Just I'll take a trip, you know, go hang out with friends. I try to spend time with grandkids. That's, you know, tries to get me refocused. You know, I do work a lot, but I'm not a robot. I mean, I do need to relax, try to just relax a little bit. But I mean, people have lives. I mean, like even at people at work, they're like, how can I work so much? I'm a single person who don't have kids at home, you know, so I'm able to put a little bit more time in so I can focus on investing, so I can focus on my goals. I mean, I had kids when I was younger, so I'm able to take time off work, be able to go to New York, be able to, possibly go to Vegas for a few days to visit my friend, you know. But, and I don't even know if I'm going to, but that is a possibility. I mean, and I don't date much, not because I don't want to date. It's because my work schedule doesn't allow it. I mean, I have Sunday, Mondays off. So who really wants to go out on a Sunday or Monday? It just doesn't work. You know, I work 6 at night to 2 in the morning. So when somebody goes, oh, let's go out after work. Yeah, I get off work at 2. So you know what they want at 2 in the morning. That is not a date. So I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. So the social life is very limited for me because of my work schedule. So somebody really want to go out on a date, then they'll figure it out. And if they don't, they don't. It's okay. And eventually I'll find somebody that wants to spend time with me. And if they do, great. If not, then it's okay.
So I think you should date a military man that's on night shift because they have weird days off. When I was in the military, I had Tuesday, Wednesday off. For a good year, I had Tuesday, Wednesday off.
We get military men in there.
I bet.
Yeah, we all are. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we definitely have weird hours. We definitely have a lot of interesting time off. We get into a lot of trouble that way. It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
You said you have 12.2 million, right?
Yeah, 12.2.
Okay, cool. Let's say maybe you should implement incentives for OMI holders. What we already have one is getting more MCP points for holding OMI on the app, but they are working on at least 4 others that I know of. Well, 3 of which everyone knows. It's the bronze ticket, OMI to accessory, OMI to gem, and then they're likely going to have. Let's say you have a 10% cash out fee to cash out. If you stake a certain amount of OMI, you might have less than that in the future, or in general, instead of paying 2.5 or 8.5% fees, you might pay less fees if you have a certain amount of OMI. I don't know. It's just,
wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, it's just things that would be that'd be really cool. I would definitely like that. But yeah, they're gonna have a lot of that. Bitcoin's insurance policy or some amount. Yep. Or more. No, yeah. Look at downside. OMI goes there. That's a good point. Bitcoin will definitely stay around forever. I have heard of Render. I just haven't really looked into it too much. But one day I will.
So what do you think about the whole Funko #1 with David?
So I thought about this like a few minutes before we went on. You know, how much would it be to, let's say, pay someone like Roth, like oh god, like Metaverse Life? How much do you think it would be to pay someone? And it doesn't have to be him. He doesn't. He's really great at what he does, but doesn't have like a ton of followers. So let's say someone like not Andre Jip. He kind of made those videos for free. Just to pay an influencer to cover to cover Funko and to cover this type of thing. It probably cost in the 5 figures to have somebody make a video. And what you're getting with that, even if you write the script for them, which you probably shouldn't, it would just be someone that knows a little bit about VV, and there'd be no mention of OMI. There would be no mention of anything. So you'd have to pay a couple of influencers, 10,000 each, and you're going to get one video. They're never going to speak of it again, and that would cost $40,000. So instead, they was going to be like, "Hey, I'm just going to make this post, knowing that we're all going to meme the fudge out of it, and we're all going to talk about it." And it's kind of leaked its way over to Gasolcast. Do you know those people?
I saw one video from them from the very beginning, before when they had originally said it seemed expensive and all that kind of stuff. But then they started talking a little bit more positive about it. But I hadn't seen a lot about what's been talking about more. I just only heard what you guys have been saying.
Yeah, they jumped up in YouTube subscribers, like 1,000 of them real quick, because they
probably from me.
Yeah. And so I mean, when you have other, like, this is all organic. Like David, obviously he made the post, and but he knew that we were all going to start talking about it, and this is a much better way of marketing. You spend $40,000 if somebody lands that. But also,
so now this is my question: was he meaning that he wanted the #1 physical? Is what he originally wanted, or
no.
Okay, so is there one on each one, or is there just one altogether, a #1 altogether?
In all 3,000, there's only one #1.
That's what I thought, because I thought I read somewhere that somebody had said, no, there's one on each variant, but I thought that there was only one. There's one in
there's only
all
one.
3,000. Okay, that's what I thought. So they're burning 3,000 of the common family.
Yes, they're burning 3,000 the common digital.
Oh wait, no, 1,500. It's only
Oh
1,500,
yeah,
right?
you're right. You're right.
The 15. So they're gonna burn 1,500 of the common. What if they burn the number one?
It's possible.
Oh shit.
It's random, so it is possible.
What this reminds me of?
But
This reminds me of when they did the secret rare Thanos, and they minted too many, and they burned. I was a little bit frustrated with that because I crafted and everything, and I got a high mint on that one too. It's like, it's so frustrating when this happens, because then the people that get a mint, they randomly burn, but what if you get a 2,082 when there's only supposed to be 1,500?
yeah, they
like,
do this quite a lot. I don't know why they keep making the same mistake.
It's like, come on. I mean, it's just, I mean, because I'm going to open the box, because what if you get the number one? It's like, I'm selling it. I mean, it's just going to be what it is. But
So what Mammoths, there's a kind of new rule. I don't know if there's this, I won't say his name. There's somebody that was gifted a gold logo, and David told him, don't redeem this until you're a master collector. So there's kind of this new rule going around that he only wants master collectors to have gold logos. So so obviously Watt Mammoths, if you're getting 10,000 in gems, you could become a master collector very easily. You'll be able to get a lot of good stuff. And obviously 30K Nomi would be dope. But unless you're a master collector, it is unlikely he will give you a gold logo. How do you feel about that? Do you feel that's a little classist, or do you feel that's a necessary gate to make sure that the gold logo stays prestigious?
No, because I've thought about what I would do if I got it. Because I want another gold logo. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I've said it. I want two for the girls, so, but and I don't know if Watt Mammoth is talking about the 40,000. If they're talking about, if it's the 15,000, I don't know what they're referring to. So I would imagine they're referring 40,000. I would hope. If they got the number one.
The main number is not on the physical. You get a code that you can redeem on Veve for the digital. There is
right, and it has to be the secret rare, the chase, basically the secret rare one. So that's what I would imagine that they would hope to get for the number one. And I would probably want to do something similar because I would like to have a gold logo that is, because I bought mine. So potentially have a clean one that hasn't been used, but I would not. I mean, I would make it more desirable for them. I'm not going to go and say I want $40,000 plus a gold logo. I'll look at the market. I'll see what the market's at. I'm going to make it. I'm just more of a reasonable person, so I'm going to be the type of person that says because I want it and I want them to give it to me. So if the market value is 5,000, I'm going to say 35,000 and give me a gold logo, because that's what the market value is.
Oh yeah. How did your stuff go with the redemptions? You weren't sure if it was redeemed or not, right?
What do you mean?
Like when you bought your logo, you weren't sure if they had redeemed it already at like San Diego Comic-Con or something, right?
No, I got my stuff from San Diego. It was the stuff from Decon. I didn't know. And
gotcha.
so with that, Um, because it was so busy, because it's a 3-event, you're supposed to collect it within 3 events. And New York Comic Con was 3 events.
Yeah.
But it was so busy and they only could bring so much stuff to New York.
Yeah.
And Foster didn't have knowledge of that. So I talked with David the next day. He said that they have everything on record. They know. And for me not to worry that he will make it. He will. So I still don't know if the stuff from Decon has been claimed.
I don't think you can claim Decon anymore anyway.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't want to, because him and I talked, I don't want to say anything out of,
yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, keep things
But I do have, look at this. I'm going to show you. Hold on. Because the girls haven't yet. See, look at, I got all my stuff. Can you see it?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm going to get the, look, hold on. I got to get my hat. Okay. Just because everybody's here. Okay. So here's my hat with all my signs. Look at my little hat. Yeah. Okay. With the signatures, I'm going to get a hat case and put it in the hat case so it keeps it all nice forever. I'm never going to wear it. Yep.
I have to ask Magic. When I brought her comics, her big giant boxes.
What did she do? How did she get did she buy all those?
I guess.
Because I know she was, well, I know she was doing giveaways. I saw that she did a giveaway and did 3 giveaways on X.
Yep.
And I'm like, I am not, because I bought 4 sets of those. I'm like, I am not entering that giveaway. I just don't, I cannot consciously enter that when I know I've got 4 sets. I can't do it.
Yeah. I did. Yeah. So when I brought all this stuff up to her hotel room, when I dropped her off, I left my hats there. So she has my hats. So I have to, like, she has 3 of my hats. So I have to.
Well, I have something at Fam Bams. I gotta pop it in the mail. She sent me her address, so it is not the coin. I did not find her coin in my stuff, but I found something else of hers, so I'm gonna pop it in the mail on. I haven't had time. I'm gonna do it on Tuesday.
Cool beans. I have what do I have? I have to give Lori Brenner. She ordered 2 comics, so I got to give her those. I'll see her next month. I don't know if I can talk about it. We're doing an event next month.
For the charity? Maybe.
It's associated with it.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
Yeah, just can't say anything online.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lori, she will be on Around the Acomiverse tomorrow, or today rather, and
yeah.
And
it's today, tomorrow for me.
Yeah. And then we'll have she'll have Queen's Court on Thursday where she's going to announce something. So that'll be fun. So definitely tune into that if you can, people.
Depends on what time it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's gonna be like 7. So you might be
at night.
Over. Yeah. Eastern
Standard Time. 7, 4. No, I'll be craps class.
Yeah. I have so I've lost 7 pounds in 6 days. I feel very.
You're crazy.
I'm very happy, very excited. Oh, what's up, Stan? Excellent. But yeah, I'm very happy about that. I don't know how much longer I can do this because I'm very, very hungry, like all the time.
And I do like chicken and I do like broccoli, but I like the dark meat. I like, not the breasts are dry.
Yeah, I mean, put balsamic on it or put lemon on it, or
yeah.
But yeah, I like steak too. I love steak. Steak is very.
I like steak. Steak is good too, and I like butter on my broccoli, which is not healthy when you're dieting.
Did you have Did you try their headset at Comic-Con?
No, I didn't. There was a line. I tried it when we were at Dion.
It's really cool. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, so you haven't seen the new
No,
VV
with the
version.
Marvel.
Oh,
No,
it's really
no.
cool.
Tina's son was on it when I was coming by.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're the kids. I'm not gonna try to get on. They're having a good time. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But yeah, so we've gone about hour 15. Any other thoughts you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
No, we're good.
All right, cool beans. I'll just talk to you off camera a little bit after we end.
Yeah, cool.
Everyone say thank you for joining. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi.
Bye,
Thanks for coming.
Dashy.
Thanks for coming. Meow, 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 Randy.